Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
Okay, a very good evening to all of you who are waiting for me to be on. Well, here I am. I'm very sorry about the late start, and we're not going to have a very long one tonight, I know, but it was an emergency, and you know, when there are emergencies, you got to yield, especially when it involves a person. So I want to apologize for the late start. And for those of you who are looking here today, I wasn't able to be there yesterday either because of the same situation. Another emergency that kept me going, and couldn't make it. Anyhow, tonight's going to be a short one, but I had promised that I would deliver the formulation for the Christmas season, preparation of your pepper pot and your black cake without eggs and your garlic chunks, you could call it, but you know, it's very tasty, and it tastes almost like what you would want to taste or what you would want to eat. I'm going to have that information for you next week. It's not too late, but you would want to. It wouldn't be too late either for your garlic chunks or whatever you want to put in. You want to call it, but it sort of simulates the real thing that people eat when it's Christmas time, with the garlic and the good taste. You know, people who eat meat or flesh would just say garlic pork, but we don't eat any flesh, so we do the variety of vegetarian meats, prepared pretty much the same way, but you know, it's not they don't really miss the animal. I'm saying, but I'm going to have that for you. I got to look for it. It's been a while. It's been nearly 12 months since I used it. So I've got to dig it up, and I don't know if we could find a program that it was on maybe last year. We could look at it and see. I got to see if my operator can dig it up. I don't know. But I'm going to look for the hard copies and try to find it and present it to you so you could, you know, you could prepare your Christmas breakfast table, you know, with all the niceties on it. Your black cake without eggs, your pepper pot without flesh, you know, really tasty pepper pot. And I've got those ingredients. I formulate them myself. So I'm going to have them for you. I'm going to try very hard for next week, okay? And I'll try to be here early because I hope there will be no emergencies again for the next couple of programs. Anyhow, I know you would have been unable to get through with the calls last night because no one's there live, you know, and tonight we only have like 20 minutes, so I'm not going to blab a lot. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to speak about a couple of things, and then we'll open up the lines so you can make your calls, and my operator can put the number up there, you know, so you could memorize it. Take off the number for the office, put on the number for the studio, and you can dial in, and I'll do what I can to help you in a few minutes, the few minutes that I have, right? You know what? I've really been puzzled over the fact that I'm seeing some very strange parasites in people, worms in people that are they're coming from the soil. Okay, they're coming from the soil. And I don't know if maybe it's the larva that's getting into the foods, and then the worms are manifesting in people. And then I'm seeing a lot of Lyme's disease, which is from the bites of a tick or a flea. You know, the persons who have pets in their homes, who, I mean, dogs and cats, and so I mean, I don't know, but they belong outside, you know. And then you've got to sanitize, and you've got to make sure that you know they're treated for ticks, because Lyme's disease is a very serious disease, and if you don't take care of it, it can create some serious problems for your central nervous system. And I'm seeing a lot of Lyme disease. I'm also seeing a lot of hepatitis and salmonella, E. coli. You know, I don't know. I am wondering if the E. coli that we're seeing here has anything to do with the vegetables. I want to suspect that we're having some issues, and maybe the health department is not aware, because you know we don't really recognize a lot of symptoms here, and we don't really check for a lot of things here like many developed countries, but we should. But I'm seeing a lot of E. coli in my screening, and I'm seeing a lot of salmonella and Lyme's disease, hepatitis. You know, I'm wondering if it's the chemicals that people are exposed to that's damaging or messing with the liver. You know, so I am saying that the health authorities need to zero in on what's happening in the farming industry. Seriously, because people are being affected, and we're not recognizing what's happening with them, and maybe they're having some issues, maybe even death, you know, because we don't really recognize a lot of things. Something else I'm seeing, which I talked about before, I'm seeing more lupus. I'm seeing more lupus. You know, there are people who are having conditions, and they're not recognizing it, and when we screen them, it's lupus. You know, I don't know, man. I'm becoming more concerned with what's happening here, and I think we're losing people to diseases, and we're not recognizing these diseases. Seriously. So I'm not saying anything. I'm not complaining. I'm just going to say to you, the people out there, that you need to take more caution in a lot of things you're doing. If you're going to use chemicals, use protective devices. You know, cover your nose and your mouth. And then when you go home, or wear apparel that doesn't expose your skin, because you do absorb a lot of things into your skin also, into your bloodstream via your skin, you know, and your lungs. And I don't know, I saw a particular person today who had some serious symptoms of toxicity because of what was happening to his skin. And when we screened him, we noticed that he was bitten by mites, you know. It doesn't make sense me calling the big name, but these are little insects that are found in mattresses. They're found in places like your couch. They're found out in the fields, you know, and people are not aware of these things. And there's another situation I discovered today: a ringworm. You know, there was the presence of ringworm, and the person was unaware, and I sought help in many places, and you know, just because we were able to detect it, that we were able to discover all of the things that are happening to that's pure human, and he's in serious discomfort for a length of time. You know, so we need to be more cautious in the things that we do, the things that we eat, the way we produce things, what we grow, and all of that, right? Good evening. Hello. Good evening. All right. Good evening.
Hi, good night, Doc.
Good night to you. How are you?
I'm good. It's my patient, but I just called to find out if you eat too much of nuts, right? If it can affect your blood. Peanuts. I starch it and I eat a lot. Well, that's a lot.
Why are you eating a lot of peanuts? There are people who are having allergies to peanuts. Are you there? You gone? Okay, maybe she take it off the air. There are persons who are having allergies to peanuts, And I told a little story of a person who used to consume a lot of peanuts who was having some bowel troubles. And we didn't really know what was happening to his bowel, but he wasn't having motions that were complete, and then he was at point constipated and all that. When we checked him, and we did a colonic on him, which is the extraction of matter from the intestine through the rectum, we found that he was passing a lot of what looked like peanut, you know, the residue from peanut. I mean, lots of it. So when I inquired from him, what is it that he consumes mostly? He said it was peanuts, roasted peanuts, you know. So his colon, the walls of his intestine, was lined with the residue of the peanuts, which was not processed out of his system, and it was causing him to have problems. Persons have intolerance to peanuts and don't know it. Allergies to peanuts and don't know it. So eat moderately, because you really don't know, you know, if you have a problem with the peanut, right? Good evening.
Good evening, Doc.
Good evening to you. How are you doing?
Not bad, Doc.
What happened? What happened to you, man?
What you could recommend for cholesterol?
Cholesterol. Aha. Hey, pepper pot coming, you know. Pepper pot coming, garlic pork coming. So what you can do?
Apart from that, I'm not speaking about the holiday, but right now, myself and wife got high cholesterol.
But you gotta think about the holiday, because you're gonna want to eat some of that stuff.
Well, of course that is true, but at the set moment, what do you think you could recommend?
What you need to do, first of all, is come off of the fatty foods right away.
Well, Doc, right now we need no fatty food.
Fried things. What about fried stuff?
No fried thing.
No oils.
No oil.
What about margarine or butter?
Nothing of the sort of that.
You eating everything dry like that?
Yeah.
You can eat butter, you know. Real butter. Not I can't believe it's not butter or one of those things.
What do you mean real butter? What do you mean?
It must mark butter on the container.
Butter on the container?
Butter.
What about...
No, let me go on. Let me help you to understand what to do, right? Because you want to know what to do. First of all, you do that, and then you start exercising. You start walking to increase the temperature of your blood system, because what you want to do is to increase your blood to burn the plaque out of the arteries, burn the fats. So you start walking brisk,
Yeah.
you know, gradually, and when you know, to get your body to perspire more and so on, to sweat and get rid of some of the fats.
Okay.
And then you want to get something called lecithin. Don't want the chemical stuff. Get lecithin. Lecithin naturally increases your blood temperature to 300 degrees. Naturally, you don't feel it, but what it does, it gets into your bloodstream and it helps to burn the plaque out of your arteries.
Okay.
Right? So
Yeah.
you cut the fats, you exercise, you get some lecithin, and you burn the plaque.
Okay.
That's what you do. You can also do things at home, like using like raw garlic. You know, you chew raw garlic,
Yeah.
and it will help, but don't use a lot. You chip it in your food, and then you eat it.
Okay.
Right?
Well-
Now listen. Breads also have fat inside that is not seen.
Okay.
So you got to watch the bread intake.
What about the whole wheat?
It doesn't matter what kind of bread it is. They use fat inside.
Okay.
All right? So you limit that too. So I know you can do the pepper pot and bread, you know. You got trouble coming. But if you apply what I'm saying to you now, and you do it rigorously, by then you should be able to consume a little bit of that.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think during the holiday I might come by you because you might got the right recipe.
No, I'm going to give it out on the air. I'm hoping next week. But
Okay.
then you can order. I mean, the girls there, there's someone who makes the pepper pot and the cake and all that without the eggs and, you know, with all the other stuff that could harm you. They make it so you can call the number and order it from there.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
All right, then. You take care.
You too. Thank you.
No problem. Goodbye. Good evening.
Good night.
Turn the volume of your TV down a little more.
Just I
Listen to me.
noticed-
Listen to me on your phone and turn the volume down, or you walk away from the television.
Okay.
You walk away from the television. You can't see yourself on the television, so walk away from it.
Okay. Yeah, notice I have a ringworm behind my neck about 1 month now. I went to the clinic, they gave me Microzole.
My conazole.
Yeah, but it's not helping.
It's not going to help because it's working from outside. You've got to get it from inside. okay? You've got to get something to work from the inside out, not from the outside in.
So, what I have to use?
They give you a cream to rub?
Beg your pardon?
They give you a cream to rub on it?
No, only this microzone.
The cream, right?
Yes.
Okay, you need to go back to them and let them give you something to work on the inside.
Okay.
If not, then you can come by the clinic there, we'll try to help you. But you go back to the doctor and ask them for something to work from the inside. Let them know quite nicely that, the doctor, this thing that you give me, it didn't really help me, but I believe if you don't mind, to get me something to work from the inside out.
Okay.
How did you get that anyway? You don't know how you got it.
No, I just feel the itching, and when I take the mirror and look to see why the neck itching, then I see it's a big round circle.
It could be mites that bit you too. It could be, it could be any of those things. So you want to look to see where you put your head or your neck, because where you put your head or neck in your chair could have the mites. On your bed, on your pillow could have those dust mites.
And what is mine?
Mites are like little tiny things that you can't see. They're little insects that you can't see.
Oh.
That gets into your furniture and your bed and all that. They call them dust mites. Do your research on it and you'll see. Google it, dust mites, and you'll see, and then it'll give you some more information on it.
Okay, sir.
But I want to believe that you may have been bitten by dust mites, because how else would you get something up there?
I don't know. I believe maybe from the pillow.
Right. So you check that online, dust mites, and you might see, what you might get a better input or more knowledge on what it is. But your bed needs probably treatment. Your pillow needs it. Your mattress needs it. In the past, our parents used to take our linen and put it in the sun.
Yes, yes.
They did that because of that purpose.
But sometimes I put my pillow in the sun.
Yeah, but then you gotta beat it out and you gotta wash the pillowcase because it's inside.
And when I wash, I normally pick up the clothes in the hot sun. I don't leave it till late when the sun.
When you wash, or when you sanitize, you gotta use something like disinfectant or one of those things.
Dettol?
Something strong to kill them or to get rid of them.
Not Dettol.
That's too light.
Like what?
Disinfectant. The black one.
There?
The black disinfectant.
Jay's Blade.
Jay's, yes, Jay's. Yes.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care, bye-bye. Good evening, 5 minutes.
Good evening, Dr. Haynes.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you remember me. I was there by you, it was a week or 2 weeks ago, with some wind in my stomach. You told me it was wind. I told you might be pulmonary edema.
Yeah.
I'm still having the problem. You gave me a prescription with some liquid medicine and some tablets, but I'm not getting too much of a relief. And you gave me some furosemide, I think it is.
That's for the fluids, yeah.
Yes, but I don't know if I could come in to see you. I'm really suffering. I don't know if I could come in to see you, if you can help me out.
You gotta come Monday.
Monday?
Tomorrow I'm at Linden.
Okay, Doc. All right, thank you then.
Come Monday morning, okay?
All right then, thank you.
All right, good. But keep taking your medicines.
Okay.
Don't stop taking them, because it might take some time to get the results, okay?
Okay then.
All right, good. Gastritis and dysbacteriosis. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Doctor.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
I'm hearing you. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, good. Just a little late, but good.
I know. I don't know if you can help me out. I have a back pain that I've been troubling with for the last 5 years.
Whew. How you live with that for 5 years?
Well, I've been using pain medication all the
No,
time.
that's not the answer. We gotta find out, this back pain is where? In the middle of your back or lower back or where? What? Where is it?
Upper back.
Upper?
Most times I feel this pain to my stomach. It would penetrate like to my stomach. It's not my skin. It feels like more like inside.
And you had yourself checked and examined and there was no
It did
diagnosis?
go. A doctor did examine me, but they recommended a MRI, which I've never done.
I don't think you need an MRI for that. It is possible that you may need a spinal adjustment, because it doesn't sound like it has anything to do with any stones or so. It might be that your vertebrae or your back, your spine, may have an alignment problem. Okay, we may need to examine you to see if that is the case, and we can make the adjustment on the spot.
Okay.
We did that for a young lady who had a pain like that the same week. And
Okay.
she just had this pain, and she did the same thing you did, and it wouldn't go away.
Oh
And
my
I s-
God, because this pain is really overbearing. I'm living on pain tablets actually morning and night.
Yeah, she was doing the same thing. So what I did with her, I screened her, and I found that she didn't have a particular problem that linked to her or pain in the back. When I examined her, she was out of alignment. I did the alignment for her, and believe it or not, on the spot, within minutes, she was good.
Okay.
So she's good right now. She was happy. I saw her yesterday, good and happy. So sometimes you need to have some manipulation done to the spine, but unfortunately, there's not a lot of people who do it here. But we do it at the clinic there. So when you come, we can examine you and see if that is what you need, if it's not something else that is wrong.
Okay. And where exactly are you located? I'm not sure.
In Kitty, you can the number will be on the screen in a little bit. You can take the office number, and then you can call and get an appointment. It's in Kitty though.
Okay, great. No problem. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good. Bye bye.
Bye.
Good evening. I'll ask my operator. Just put that number up there so people can see it.
Good night, Dr. Ian.
Good night to you.
I'm having a problem. I have fiber, right?
Fibroids.
Yes. But I had surgery to remove them. 14 I removed.
14.
Yes.
14.
Yes, that's what they say they took out. They took out 14.
They must have been tiny. Did they take your uterus too?
No, they didn't. My uterus is still in. It's intact. But my problem is that I did an ultrasound a week ago, and they say that the ultrasound took up tiny fibers.
Well, what do you eat? What do you eat a lot of?
In terms of food-wise,
Yeah. What do you eat a lot of chicken?
I eat chicken, but I don't really eat pork and beef.
You eat a lot of chicken.
Yeah,
My advice is to come off the chicken.
to come off the chicken. And
You're getting chicken that has chemical hormones. The chemical hormones are very toxic. They're not going to come out like that. So what they're doing, what is happening is that it's competing with yours, and then because it doesn't come out like that, it lodges in the area where your hormones are supposed to be. But because they're organic, you're not absorbing them.
okay, so that you think that would cause in like
That's a big factor.
period?
It is, if it causes what?
You think all of that with my hormones that it caused like pain through my period because I get a lot of pain through my
If you're having pains, it means that you're having some hormone imbalances as a result of probably the same thing. And then you may also be having a malfunction or another condition which could be causing the pains to occur and the clots. You will need to be examined, and we need to find out what is happening, what's causing it, and then we'll take care of it from there.
So I can make an appointment.
Call the office and make an appointment and come in, okay?
Okay then, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, I'm really sorry we're out of time, and I know there's no extra time because I wasn't told of any extra time. I'm really sorry that I can't take any more calls. It's a short program. I'm hoping that we'll have a long one next week, and then I'll have the recipe for you, the ingredients for your beautiful meals. I want to thank you for participating and wish you a very pleasant weekend, and safety, love, and good health. Eat sensibly, okay? And farmers, cut the chemicals. You're hurting yourselves and you're hurting people, all right? Dr. Ian saying good night. God bless you. So long.
Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.